Real motion getter. Stay in motion. Gonna keep that motion. We gonna stay on top. $1 million nigga. $1 billion nigga. This is not no cap talk.
Hell States of Mind. Hell States of Mind. Cardi B, the movie Him, and 28 years later, their spiritual connection. Yeah, I know. I see y'all. I can feel y'all energy too. Y'all keep on saying it's the Illuminati. Oh, it's the deep state. Or it's the boogeyman of the day. Ha! Y'all niggas. Hey, if you're running away from your darkness, then you running away from yourself. And I'm just here to let you know what this is. I see y'all niggas. And look, I brought my friend with me. So just be prepared to run and take your ass back to church. Ha! Hey, I don't know how much time we gonna say this, or shit, at least me. Out of darkness comes light. Out of darkness comes light. So when you fall into the spiritual gnosis of this thing, you got to fall into the aspect of, okay, how is this transforming me?
Message.
How are these movies transforming me? How is this symbology transforming me? See, what they did was put the conspiracy on your ass. They're playing a mind game with you. They're going to keep on showing you these elements of occult symbolism to keep you out. And then niggas just keep on creating an egregor spirit with it to say, look, see, I'm proving myself right. Hey, I told y'all, baby. Adrenochrome, the black and white floor. God damn. So look, today I'm gonna break some of that stuff down, and then we're gonna get into Motion Mondays, because at the same time, at the end of the day, I think it's important to, fall into that space of understanding what's actually happening in the mind, right? What they're actually trying to do and what they're trying to cover up. They're covering up you going within, and they're keeping you out of your darkness so you won't receive any light.
Message.
So I'm excited about this build. All of this stuff been happening throughout the weekend. So let's get it on. Y'all like this thing up. Share this thing up, because it's one of those, baby. It's one of those. Hell States of Mind. Dream wise. All right. So this whole thing is about fire. And we understand that fire is an important element in spiritual transformation, right? And when you fall into the space of fire, right, there's different aspects of the energy that you want to understand to the core. Fire is destructive and constructive, right? It can burn houses down, and then it can also cook you a meal. It can, tear up a whole area, right? Like we seen in the wildfires of California at the beginning of this year. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to that. Or it could keep you warm. So there's different aspects and energies in the element fire and in all the elements that can actually turn you up. One ritual I do want the family to do and to do during this specific time. Let me show y'all this. Go get you a red balloon. I want the family to get them a red balloon. Remember, red is the aspect of fire, right? It's the root chakra. Get you a red balloon during this time, and you're gonna let that red balloon. You're gonna write a letter to yourself, releasing the old self. Remember, your root chakra is a part of your human, right? A part of this human urges. So you want to write out your material stuff and write it out as a form of, I'm releasing this. You feel me? And as you're going to tie it to this red balloon and let it go, let it fly away. You feel me? That old self. So stuff that you don't want to see happen in your life, in 2026 and beyond, you want to do that. Look, this is the fall equinox energy, right? And in this fall equinox, we got to understand what the fall is. The fall is you falling to earth.
Message.
Right? So now we got to understand that these symbols are showing naked ass. We're seeing them constantly, habitually throughout, you know, the media and, you know, the storylines and the agenda of the day. Let's say that. So, you know, you see a whole bunch of different things, and I think a lot of times what happens is we gravitate to blaming somebody else, right? Blaming somebody else in the aspect of, oh shit, it gotta be the Illuminati, baby. They doing it again. There it go. I knew it, right? The deeper and deeper you go into spiritual information, the more you start to understand that it's a game. It's a big game. And the powers that be are playing the game of the subconscious mind. So if they can keep you looking outside of yourself, they're going to keep you chasing something outside of yourself, i.e. the masonry energy, the Illuminati, deep state, deep fakes, you feel me? Whatever these Charlie Kirk energy and all of that, right? It's all a game. They're just going to keep on showing you the images over and over and over again, flashing it in your face to keep you in a state of flux. See, it's an egregor spirit when these conspiracy theorists, spiritualists keep on saying the same thing and making you feel like it's something outside of you because they want to, you know, whatever their agenda is, they want to make you feel like it's Trump or it's goddamn Elon Musk or it's Bill Gates or it's all an agenda. The real understanding is that there's people that know that you feel that it's an agenda. So they're going to keep on playing with your head and giving you what you want so you can feel like you're right. Hey, watch. I'm about to show y'all right now because at the same time, at the end of the day, we got to understand how the angles go. You feel me? I want y'all to check out this Bobby Hemmett video from back in the day speaking on this same topic.
This Illuminati, and they study the ruling class agenda, do that, and they're going to do this, the Illuminati going to do that, and they study the ruling class agenda, and what it does is it takes you out of even striving to even understand what your agenda is. Right. So a lot of people tell you all the stuff that's going on with the conspiracy and the paranoia, but if you ask them, well, what's your agenda? They don't know. Because their agenda is studying when we go into, you know, it's like the King Alfred plan. You know, we go about the concentration camps. We come to find out that the government put that stuff out in the 80s. The Rex 84. They got it from an actual book. It was a book at first that some guy wrote. And then, so this idea is pretty good. And so the Rex 84. But the key here is if you, in mind control, if you put out an agenda that you go into the concentration camp, you see what I'm saying? You don't even have to lock them up. You don't have to give them to a for the simple fact that there's a threat of a concentration camp means that they can contain you and they don't never have to put you in a concentration camp.
The great, the GOAT, Bobby Hemmett. Yeah, so these conspiracy theorists, spiritualist people are creating this egregor spirit. And this egregor spirit is a groupthink mentality. It's a fueled energy of shared beliefs that's keeping people stuck in looking outside of yourself. It's the same thing like religion. Remember when the boys used to say, white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. You kept on hearing white supremacy. And that white supremacy rhetoric was going into the lexicon of the masses' mind. So now, all of a sudden, when you see a white person, guess what? you think they're more supreme.
Message.
So instead of saying black supremacy, you want to live and die on this idea of white supremacy is holding me back. And you keep on creating an egregor spirit, and that spirit reigns supreme in your being and then also in the masses. Now you're confused with the unconscious collective moving in that particular lane. So, hey, I just want to encourage the family to get off of that shit ASAP, because that's not what I'm about to do right here. I'm about to show y'all what the real power is in these movies and Cardi B and all of that stuff, so you can utilize it for yourself and actually turn up on your agenda, your agenda, your agenda. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna give y'all some rituals at the end of this, because I want the family to do this work. It's some work that has to be done to fall into this 2026 year, right? And last time I went into a 10-year or the 1 year, right? I became a YouTuber, and then all of a sudden I became free. Freedom reigned supreme for me. Look, I can tell y'all a story now. I did a ritual, whatever year that was, right? Boom. Next year, I started doing YouTube. Then I started Sunday service, right? Nigga, tell me why in that Sunday service, right? So I'm building, y'all know, y'all probably see me for a while. Sunday service, I was connected to the guys, the family. Brother Yosef, my bro got Will Capru. I had Khadija on there, Panic's wife, Conja Queen, Mook, Travis Majors. You know what I'm saying? I had the family on there, Oni, everybody, you feel me, on them Sunday services. And essentially what happened was I built a connection, and I built, you know, a powerful relationships with people. You feel me? One day, this nigga Kamani, y'all probably know Kamani from Panic's videos, his old videos, right? I had bought his book a long time ago whenever he had put it out. It's called Let God Out. And he sent out an email about the book. I think he wanted people to review it or whatever, right? And I responded to that email. I said, you know what? It was a fire book. Let me reach out to the God and, you know, see if he want to do the Sunday service. Anyway, long story short, he responded back. A random email. This nigga don't send no emails, nothing. Random, right? He responded back, and you know, we built the relationship through the Sunday services and through, you know, building and stuff like that, right? Anyway, long story short, I didn't call him for a long time. And I had said, you know what? Spirit just hit me. Call that nigga Kamani. That nigga, I called him. Guess what this nigga said? I said, Kay, what's up, baby? What you doing? He said, oh, nothing, man. I'm just looking at this supplement thing. I'm trying to understand how to get into the supplement game. I said, oh, yeah. Well, hey, randomly called that nigga. Hold on, let me get my sound effects right, because I don't think y'all understand.
Message.
There was no way I would have been doing supplements if I never did the Sunday service. If Kamani never just had a random inclination to send out a random email. Based off of me being a manifester, right? Being a magician and falling into the space of understanding that the invisible world, that your energy is the kingdom, is the thing that reigns supreme. So because I still am in a place of high vibrational energy, right? Also, I'm into the magic. Now, all of a sudden, these random events happen that sent me into freedom.
Message.
Hey, I'm just telling you what it is, baby. That shit random than a bitch. You can't make that shit up. I'm just telling you what it is. That's crazy. I would have never did no supplements if it wasn't for my nigga K. I wasn't thinking about no damn supplements. I was just thinking about, all right, let me get on YouTube and talk my shit. That nigga K, yeah, nah, I'm just, I'm looking at the supplement thing, trying to get into the supplement game. Oh yeah, what is it all about? We sat there for an hour talking. The reason why it came to me, because I talked to him the other day and I said, K, you set my freedom up, boy. So I want the family to understand that to the core, like, the unseen world is real. You know what I'm saying? Your work is in you doing the internal work, right? And falling into the space of being that thing. It's not just in the space of like this Illuminati conspiracy theory energy, that, because remember, what you focus on grows. So if you're focused on that Illuminati contraption thing, then you fucking up big time. I just got to keep on confessing this stuff because I know y'all all seen him, and I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. But the energy of that. Oh look, they did the powers that be. They're at it again. There go the Mason floor. There you go. There go the Baphomet, the inverted pentagram. I'm like, dog, I thought we been past that. See, some of these niggas might be agents, nigga, straight up and down. I can't make it up. Sometimes you got to look at niggas and be like, hold on, man. What, nigga? Sometimes you just got to really look and sit and feel and be like, all right, that don't make what are we doing here? You feel me? Again, that egregor spirit is a thought form to keep people in a religious motif. So instead of you praising Jesus, now you're worried about a devil. It's all the same thing. You're giving out your energy. You feel me? And the powers that be know that. They want you to do that because they like, yeah, shit, as long as this nigga not looking within, I'm cool, baby.
Message.
Ha! So I just want to encourage the family to understand that to the core. This is inside out, not outside in. This is inside out, not outside in. Your work is not in the doing, but in the being. In the being. What's up, family? I see y'all in here. It go down and go down. Let's get it on. All right. So, yeah, fire, right? Fire. We're talking about fire. And this Cardi B album was absolutely fire, nigga.
Message.
If y'all ain't heard it, go check it out because oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, D-Ray and I went to the movies, and as we were driving to the movies, we had started listening to the Cardi B album. Just based off of, I seen the Breakfast Club interview, and I said, all right, let me check it out. So we in the car driving to the movies, we pressed play. Number one, she came in hot, fire. She came in blasting, boy. What? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I was surprised because I didn't know she was going to go that angle. You feel me? I didn't know she was going to hit, like, I'm coming after y'all bitches. Fuck it. Nigga, that was a great chess move she pulled off. I can't even make that shit up.
Message.
That was the chess moves of all chess moves. So we sit there jamming that Cardi B, you feel me? Driving to the movies, this go down. Look, this is crazy. I was jamming the Cardi B. I don't even want to tell y'all this shit. I'm leaving the gym jamming the Cardi B. Yesterday. Tripping, nigga. I don't know why I put it on. You just put it on. Fuck it. I'm looking crazy, boy. My big ass jamming that Cardi B. By myself, you know what I'm saying? See, it's one thing to jam it with D-Ray. in the car. I'm like, all right, he got his girl with him. He good. Me, my book, boy, I look crazy jamming that shit, boy. I know, boys. If the boys would have seen me jamming that, I was like, damn, this hoe go hard. And then I had to catch myself like, oh, shit, I'm too big to be doing this shit. Hold on. What? I look like them boys that wear sunglasses in their live streams and shit. I look crazy, nigga. I look like them boys that be wearing 2 watches, thinking they fly and shit. Nigga, my big ass look crazy jamming that Cardi B. So niggas, you can't do that. You can't jam Cardi B, Glorilla, none of that shit by yourself. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, boy. You look
Message.
So anyway, Cardi came out firing, and you know, you could hear in her music that it was nothing but fire. It was passion. She wanted to really get that shit out because she felt like she was getting disrespected. And that's what we're talking about, that passion, that fire, that heat, right? You want to tap into that thing based off of you feeling somebody did you wrong. Because that fire can be transmuted to passion, to courage, to getting shit done. One aspect of the fire that I want the family to understand is that, because, you know, a lot of times people might think it's bad or it's something of destruction, right? Hey, nigga, you know what this is? Sometimes you got to get mad and scream and say, you know what? Fuck it. Enough is enough. I don't give a fuck what's going to happen. I'm about to turn up right here, right now.
Message.
See, I was talking to one of my clients the other day in the consultation, and I was like, I asked him, I said, hey, when you think you're going to be a millionaire? And he was like, yeah, you know, I'll be a millionaire in maybe about 10 years. I'll be a millionaire. I said, all right, fuck it. No, we're not doing that. Why don't we just be a millionaire at the end of this year?
Message.
Why don't we just say fuck it and just do it now?
Message.
What's up? That's what I'm saying. See, you're putting a time constriction on something where the miracle will just say, all right, 10 years from now, bet, fuck it. Why don't we do it now? Get fucked up, get mad, and say, you know what? It's over. I'm done. You're God. You're a goddess. So you have to run the play on self through the mental alchemy and get pissed the fuck off.
Message.
I can't make it up. We got to understand this to the core. Like, what you're telling yourself right now is who you're going to be in 2026 and beyond. So you want to start telling yourself and walking down a particular energy of, nah, I'm that nigga, I'm him, right? I'm her. And Cardi sure did put on a masterclass of saying, I'm killing you bitches. I said, oh my God, see, that's what I be talking about with the creativity. And she caught me off guard, so that opens up another level of consciousness, aha moment, like, oh shit, I didn't know you was going to do that. Oh wow, you know what I'm saying? It threw me for a loop. I'm like, damn, I didn't know she was going to come running. Absolutely fire album, fire sophomore album for her to be able to, you know, come through with a story to say, you know what, this whole album is dedicated to killing y'all hoes.
Message.
I can't make it up. So that fire, that passion that she was feeling by being cheated on by Offset, by being fucked up by these girls that's playing friend with her, but they actually fucking her man. All of that fire, all of that boiled up energy that she was feeling, she let it go on this album. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that type of rage, right? If somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to turn up on them. Now, if nobody has done you wrong, you got to look for little things that kind of ticks you off. You feel me? To transmute that energy to turn up. Because remember, we're living in such a comfortable world that it will keep us in a sedative state. And this sedative, comfortable state is going to keep us robotic and not moving. No motion, no nothing. Just like, all right, well, I'll do it one day. But you got to, D-Ray said this yesterday in the fall readings on Patreon. She said, you got to, she said, what she said? She said, you got to live like you're dying. I said, damn, that's a bar. Live like you're dying.
Message.
I said, oh shit. I said, damn, babe, where you get that from? So just imagine if you had 2 months to live. Shit, I bet you turn up then. No, let's go a little bit deeper. 3 years to live. Oh, now your ass want to wake up and say, all right, I'm ready. See, my shit came from the aspect of, you know, some of my partners dying and me witnessing that kind of energy around me early. So then I had no choice but to turn up because I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with that shit. You feel me? So as I was coming off of my, you know, so then what happened was, cool. I said, fuck it, I'm done with the drugs. Because I wanted to challenge myself instead of in that comfortable state of just being a pill popper, smoking weed and shit. Let me see how high I can get naturally. You feel me? Because if I need substances to function in the world, then who the fuck am I? Right? So what I did was back then, I said, nah, you know what? Fuck it. It's a wrap. You know, one of my partners just transitioned. You feel me? Close friend too. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself like, this can't be it. This can't, because I can, you know how you can feel the energy of death around you coming? As I'm high out of my mind, taking these bars and all of that shit, I'm just thinking to myself like, damn, you know what? This shit is kind of lame. Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like niggas just running from themselves. What if we ran to ourselves and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm turning up in this bitch. I want to feel all the pain, all the fear, all the emotion come up and just really play the game in the aspect of, you know, being Heru. So I felt Cardi in this album, absolutely classic album. Y'all check it out because she pushed that fire, that passion into this album like crazy. Now this movie, hey, all I gotta say is absolutely a mess. A mess. See, my thing is this, what I've been saying the whole time. When are we gonna fall into a space of understanding that they want to show you that power that be energy dynamic? They want to keep you confused and say, yes, we're the Illuminati, we're right here, and we're running the show, and this is what it is. That's the same energy, egregor spirit, as the white supremacy. Y'all keep on talking about it and making it more and more real. What was that movie with Mahershala? What was that movie with Mahershala? Anyway, he had said something to Julia Roberts. He was like, you know what the scary part is? Wait until they find out nobody's running this bitch.
Message.
Ha! Hey, niggas ain't ready for that. Niggas ain't ready for that. It's just somebody pushing buttons saying, yeah, it's the Illuminati and these 12 families. I was just telling you what it is. So, you know, y'all seen the end. I'm not going to, I can decode it. I want people to watch it, but I'll decode it. I'll slightly decode it right now so the family can just have a kind of, deeper gaze of what I'm talking about, right? So y'all know, if y'all seen the movie, y'all seen the end, right? So just think about, if you seen the end, just think about Heru, right, which is Jesus, him, and then think about Aset, which is his mama, which is the Mason, the mother and son Mason, right? And then think about Osar. Osar is what? He transitions to the other world to help and be an assistance, right? But he was basically a sacrifice to bring forth Heru through the phallus, through getting the 14 pieces and getting the phallus. So remember when Cam was on the phone of him, and I'm not going to spoil the movie for y'all. I'm just giving family some clues or whatever. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. You just got to read the context clues if you've seen it. When Cam was on the phone with his mom, that's essentially him tapping into his Aset energy or magic energy. Feel me? I know the dad, right? So then, whatever, right? So just understand that aspect to it without me spoiling it. And I'll do a decode on it maybe next week. But again, I was telling boys, hey, if I was y'all, I'll wait till it comes to the streaming services, baby. Because that thing was garbage. God damn. Garbage. And look, the Rotten Tomatoes people said it was Jordan Peele's worst movie, and they stamping it as Jordan Peele's movie. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't making it up. Niggas said they got a low ass review. Hold on, I just seen it on Facebook. It said they review of the movie is they shit. They said, nigga, that shit was horrible. Here it go right here. You don't got it, shit. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Now y'all can like it. If y'all liked it, don't take my word for it. All I'm saying was, you know what I'm saying? Niggas got to start thinking outside of the box. Jordan Peele's new movie sets disappointing Rotten Tomatoes record. As of the writing, him was a critic score of 34% on Rotten Tomatoes from 47 submitted reviews. That makes the football-themed psychology thriller the lowest rated movie of Jordan Peele's career. God damn. So hey, I'm just telling you what it is. That I'm not gonna say it was just trash, but what I'm saying is like, nigga, I could have waited, honestly. You feel me? But you're trying to get Jordan Peele his kudos and shit. Nigga, I left that bitch. I left the movie theater. I started looking at Ryan Coogler. I said, man, let me see when Ryan Coogler come out with this X-Files. I said, let me find out when this nigga coming out with this X-Files, because this nigga tripping in this bitch. That's the first thing. I looked up Ryan Coogler X-Files. On the way driving back home, I said, man, this nigga tripping. So, you know what I'm saying? When are we going to learn, right? And Jordan Peele might just keep on trying to play this white supremacy, they're in power structure thing, right? I was telling Patreon family this the other day in the book club. I said, nigga, that nigga might be an agent. He might be getting paid to do that shit. Because again, remember, if you're seeing a power structure over and over and over again as white men, then you're going to create that reality in the lexicon of your spirit. Because this is about invisible energy. So they're creating the egregor spirit by telling you white men are in control. And they're going to keep on pushing that agenda because, again, they want to stay on top. You feel me? Why you think they giving this Charlie Kirk thing guy a day? They want to keep you knowing that, nigga, we want to make sure that you understand that it's white supremacy in your mind. It's a subconscious plant in your mind. So what you got to do is reverse it, right? And say, nah, it's melanin supremacy. It's God supremacy.
Message.
Because at the end of the day, that's all you have is your truth and your words that you're saying to yourself to convey a particular energy in this illusion that we're staying in. So again, what you focus on grows. So if you keep on talking about the Illuminati, the powers that be, they're coming for us, they're doing this to us, somebody doing this to me, then that's all you're going to always get. And you're going to keep on looking around every year and say, damn, I'm still at this same job. Hey, that's because you focus on something that they created to keep you at that job. You got to have so much damn love and understanding for self that you got to draw in all your focus to self. Like you just in a track meet. I was watching that damn the track meets, the world championship, Sha'Carri Richardson and them and Noah Lyles and them. Nigga, them niggas was focused in a bitch trying to get to that 100 meters, boy. Shout out to the Jamaican guy at that one. Yeah. That nigga was focused. You can see the focus in their face to win in how many seconds, 9 seconds it is or whatever it is, right? Nigga, them niggas was super focused on that line. You gotta just imagine somebody got disqualified. And you know, the nigga was heartbroken because they was predicting him to at least place on the podium. Shit, that boy, he just jumped the gun. He just couldn't even, you know, he fucked up. And just that focus, that intense of focus you have to have. Milliseconds to win that thing. Noah Lyles won the 2. He lost it was the first time he lost in the Worlds. He lost the 200 meter. No, he won the 200 meter. He lost the 100 meter. But he won the 200 meter by like millisecond. Like, damn, it looked like it looked like Noah just barely won that bit. It was like for a few fractions of a second. I was like, oh shit, that was close. You feel me? So, you know, that intense focus is something that we want the family to understand too, to the core, right? And running that focus is part of love for yourself. You feel me? That love for yourself. So again, the fire, the passion, transmuting that fire, that passion, that energy into passion work, right, is the key. In the Him movie, they had, hold on, let's go back. In the Him movie, right, they showed them in the sauna. Remember that? They showed them in the sauna. And in the sauna, they had the fire symbol up. They had it right in the sauna. They just show you straight up like, hey, you got to be intense with this thing. You got to be dedicated. You got to sacrifice something. You feel me? Whether that be sacrificing your time, sacrificing your energy, right? Something's going to have to give. Now, when you're seeing the conspiracy theorists play, right? You're saying, oh, somebody has to be sacrificed. What they're saying is you got to sacrifice some kind of energy to get things going. This is called reciprocity. You got to give out to give back. That's how this world works. Whether you doing a fast, whether you going to the gym, whether you doing particular rituals. Remember, cause and effect. For every cause, there is an effect. Where's this book at? So we can read on sacrifice. You know what? Let me read on fire first. And then maybe I can find that book so we can tap into the sacrifice energy. Earth, air, fire, water. Scott Cunningham. So this has been a fire year. The whole year has been about fire. Whole year, right? I'm gonna show y'all more about that in a minute. But I wanted to read some of this firepower. Humans have always revered fire. We don't worship fire today as our ancestors did in the distant past, but there's still something about the physical manifestation of this element that attracts our attention. A cozy blaze in a fireplace on a cold day comforts us. A gentle campfire heats water and cooks food. A burning building on a forest fire sends the media out in droves to capture the most harrowing of moments on film and video. The electric light bulb has replaced lamps in many parts of the world, but it hasn't been too long since we were dependent upon fire for light, as well as for warmth and cooking. Even today, we light candles from romantic dinners for prayers, requests, and magical purposes. We haven't forgotten the power of fire. Fire, fire, fire. So again, remember, fire is an aspect of you turning on light, right? Because that's the kind of the symbolic energy of it. You're lighting your house up, right? So out of darkness comes light, right? So what do you need? You need some fire. You need some passion, some burning energy to have that aha moment to receive that light. So now all of a sudden, hold on, let's keep rolling so I won't get too far gone ahead of myself. All of a sudden, right, when you seen them in the sauna and you seen the fire symbol, right, in the sauna, you just understood that something was going to have to burn away. So there you seen the Harley Quinn crazy looking girl come in, right? And essentially they knocked her off just so you can see an aspect of deranged energy, you feel me, what it takes to be him, right? And what Marlon was displaying in the aspect of killing that off, you feel me? So now you just understand that fire element is a transformative energy, because that's what gets things done, right? Same thing with 28 years later. Fire was the whole theme in this show. We watched it last night. And I was like, oh, there we go again, fire, right? Happy eaters, that's the Goyim, that's the people of the automaton nature, right? That's the ones that just want to feed, eat, fuck, and sleep. Eat, fuck, and sleep. That's it. And they're just going to be happy eaters for the rest of their life. The zombies, the automatons. You feel me? See, the conscious ones, the real ones are the ones that's, up making things happen. And when you seen the doctor in this 28 years later, he burned the skull. I'm not going to decode the whole thing. He was burning the skulls. Remember, skulls mean skills, right? But he was burning the skulls saying, hey, they sacrificed their life to try to help other people survive. So that's where you see this big skull monument, right? And they basically just showing you that you are in hell. When they showed the hell station, you are in hell. Red, orange, yellow, this is hell. So you got to get things done by dealing with your root chakra if you're going to have a God experience on earth.
Shut up. Why would I give a damn what shape the motherfucking earth is? Why would I give a fuck about some shit like that? I will have no choice but to still live here and pay bitch ass bills.
If you want to get your world in order, right, you're going to need some fire. Stop worrying about the conspiracy theory energy of this thing. It's the earth flying around. What is Bill Gates doing today? Oh shit, there go Trump. There go the agenda again today. Damn, did y'all see that? Charlie Kirk? Yeah, that was not the killer. That ain't really him. You focusing on something that doesn't have anything to do with your bitch ass. So now your fire is being used for something outside of yourself that's not going to serve your existence at all.
Message.
Hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is. Either you trying to turn up in this earth realm, or you just trying to keep on being the automaton Goyim being. Because it's still all the same thing. You might as well be Christian. You're a spiritual Christian, nigga. I'm telling you, that's what you are. It's a spiritual Christianity. You're still in religion. Just because you're saying it's a negative thing, right? Doesn't mean it's still worshiping. Remember, like and alike are the same. All attention is good attention. Garner attention at all costs. They want you to keep on looking outside of yourself and saying it's the Illuminati, because they want you to fall into that space of looking outside instead of looking within and turning up in this bitch.
Message.
So I want the family to understand that you are in hell, but hell is just an aspect of your lower three chakras, which means you got to get to work. Set. He's the worker, right? That's why it's not about Set being in the aspect of like the evil, right? Y'all are misinterpreting it. It's not evil. It's just the physical work you have to do to get down here and turn up. Heru is the spiritual work that you're doing, right? The invisible work through the magic, through the da-da-da. Set is basically beating your feet, and they're one, right? Satan, get behind me, is one. It's one energy. It's Heru and Set, they're one, right? You see that image of Heru and Set behind them. It's just one being saying you need the dark and the light, right? You need to get on your grind, and then what's going to happen is the miracle is going to happen. See, like I was telling y'all about my bro guy Kamani, right? If I never reached out to him on that Sunday service, I didn't know the guy then. I said, fuck it, let me just email this nigga. He just sent a random email. Let me see if he'll respond to it. What if that nigga never really respond? What if he just never even sent the email about his book? Hey, look, this is a review of your book. Hey, just give me a review on this book. A random email. That nigga didn't give no fuck about that shit. He just wanted his book to go throw in the Amazon thing, right? I reached out and said, hey, Kay, hey, what's up, man? Hey, I'm Dream, da-da-da-da. This is what I'm doing. I love the interview. Boom. Cool. Interviewed him, built a relationship from that. Boom. Right? We a year in. Boom. Relationship. Let me call this nigga. Called him randomly. Boom. He said, the first thing he said, I said, hey, what's going on? What you doing? That nigga said, man, I'm just looking at this supplement thing, man, trying to get these supplements to pop off.
Message.
My ass just read, oh yeah, what is that about? Yeah, let me pick it. What's up? Sure enough, DreamWise supplements down below, baby. And then, it's a process, because now you're trying to figure out how to even get into that lane, right? People got to trust you with these, big conglomerate people that build these supplement companies or whatever. They got to trust that, you are a stand up or whatever, and you're an official business and all that shit, right? So then the rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper. You got to figure out what supplement you got to, It's just a whole process that happened in that whole thing. So now that's what we're talking about. The fire, the beating your feet, the doing the work. So if I never had the Sunday services, I wouldn't be getting these beautiful supplements that's fueling your pineal gland.
Message.
And yes, the dream supplements are coming back. See, that's what I'm saying. It's all a process. All of this is a process. Even the meditate supplements is a process. You have to see a lot of this stuff is just business smart. You have to get the things that actually make sense and that's running the show. You feel me? And like the dream supplements, there was something going on with the, copyrights of the name and shit, but nigga, they got me fucked up. You feel me? Because I'm running the play regardless. Remember,
it's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
it's only a game, so you got to run this game to the core. Run this thing down regardless. Keep playing, keep moving, keep going. You feel me? Boom. Now, 28 years later, staying with the fire theme, fire element, this is coming out next year, or maybe at the end no, it's next year for sure. Next year, dealing with fire again, right? So this is going to be fire. It's just a part 2 of part 1. You feel me? All dealing with fire. Cardi B album, fire. But she was showing fire because she was passionate about killing them bitches. So all of this fire is what we're talking about. Even at the beginning of this year, or even weapons, right? Was about fire. The symbol fire. Remember, I did the decode in the Patreon. That's the fire, right? The whole their arms and stuff was just pointing at the aspect of fire. Weapons in the title was fire, right? They showed the fire symbol. The triangle was the fire symbol, right? So they're showing you in these movies, or Spirit is showing you in these movies while they keep on playing out. Beginning of the year, California wildfires. This is 2025. Yeah, y'all forgot, huh? This just happened, right? We want to show kudos and condolences to the family that lost their homes and things of that nature, right? Because at the same time, at the end of the day, that was a travesty that happened, right? But it was fire, the California wildfires. California wildfires, particularly the Palisade and Eden fires in January 2025, destroyed thousands of homes, with early reports indicating that nearly 16,000 homes and businesses were lost in those incidents alone. The destruction led to widespread displacement of residents, a worsening of the existing housing crisis, and efforts by state and local governments to allow for faster rebuilding and providing temporary housing solutions. This just happened at the top of the year in January. Nigga, y'all already forgot it was 8 months ago. Fire. So when we see these symbols keep on pointing to this aspect or this element called fire, we got to look at it and say, okay, what are you asking me, Spirit, right? What are you telling me? I'm about to give you all these rituals right now. Spirit is telling you to turn up in this bitch and start firing some shit up. Get passionate. Find some motivation to do something. Get mad at somebody. Anger gets shit done. You need to put some of that rage in your spirit because you fucking up and your 1 year is about to turn up right now, right here, right now. Boom. Let's get to these rituals. Let's get to this because the work is the only thing that matters. Boom. So we know this is about fire. This is about you heating your existence up. This is about you turning up, right? Boom. The element of fire, inspiration, confidence, creativity, right? Passion, outgoing. Get you a red candle, family. I can't make it up. A red candle, root chakra, red candle. You want to get you a red candle and burn it during this particular fall equinox time. Now listen, family, this is root chakra, 7-day candle. Now you can put it out every day or whatever you have to do. Whenever you leave the house, you can put it out, whatever you want to do, right? Because it's still, the energy is still there. But you want to have this red candle burning in your home, and you want to place it somewhere where you can see it, right? A lot, right? Don't just hide it somewhere. Place it where you can see the red candle burning a lot. Remember, that's going to symbolize your root chakra on fire. And remember, that flame is going to put you in the alpha state anyway. So now, if you're thinking positive thoughts with the red candle, now you're turning up on your destination. This is about changing your material world, your third dimensional world. Red candle, flame that thing up and start to move in the space of, seeing your world change based off of you seeing your energy change first. You feel me? Another ritual y'all can do. Write this thing down. Write down your fire, passionate existence. At least 3 times a week. The same thing 3 times a week, at least. You feel me? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you writing down your work, who you are right now. Claiming that shit. With the fire, with passion. With this inspiration, like, yeah, I'm about to get this shit done. I am this thing. I am, right? With conviction, with authority, with strength. Because again, what happens is when you're writing, you're actually bringing it into the third dimension. So instead of it being in your head in the fourth dimension, you writing it down, you can actually bring it into the third dimension. So now it's a physical thing. So now this physical element is here, right? And you're seeing the words. Remember, spelling is just a spell. And now you're just casting the spell to come forth into your existence. Do it 3 times a week. That right there alone is going to turn you up. Then also speaking as you're looking at this candle. As you're looking at that red candle, speak out loud with your voice about who you are. And get mad about it. See, you don't want to play it safe, all this playing it safe and playing humble and shit. Fuck that. It's time for you to get mad. You got 40 more years on this thing. And you sitting around here saying, nah, I'm just ride or die. But you hate getting up every day. You tired of dealing with the people at your job. You tired of being in the same robotic mannerisms every single day, saying good morning to people and shit. Toasty. You don't even say good morning. You just be saying it because you programmed in that state. You be talking about grand rising to me, but you say good morning to them. Ha! Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. Play the game, baby. Play the game. I ain't mad at you. But at the same time, at the end of the day, 2026 is going to have to shift. 2026 is going to have to be a turn up. It's going to have to be a turning point. Something is going to have to come into the fold of you being that new thing that you're claiming to be.
Message.
So let's get it on. Let's get it on and put that work in, family. I can't make it up because it's all about the root chakra, and your root chakra is the ground you walk on. All right. We made it. Damn, that took an hour. Okay. Hey, we still got to do this Motion Mondays because we still in motion, baby. We still in motion. So let me get my Instagram feed going. I done went off on that thing. I was shit. I be seeing too much stuff and it be like, all right, all this goddamn Illuminati talk, I'm going to let y'all have that. Because at the same time, at the end of the day, if that's what y'all want to be, hey, there ain't no sweat off my back. I'm just telling you, don't
expect the best.
Don't mix that shit up with spirituality, though, at all. You feel me? You mixing it up with the wrong thing. That is not spiritual work, baby. That's that Illuminati spiritual Christian work.
Always expect the best. And here's a little exercise which I learned from one of my graduates, one of our live seminars. He found that by starting off every day with this simple little exercise, and saying to himself, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. That this little exercise changed his whole attitude, that he went through the whole day with the attitude of somebody with a confident self-expectancy, that everything that happened during the course of the day, he thought, maybe this is something wonderful that's going to happen to me. And you know that if you will do this, if you will say before you go to sleep, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me tomorrow. And if you'll say when you get up in the morning, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. And if all day long you say, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me, you'll find that as you go to sleep the next night, and try this today, it's a very powerful exercise. It sounds a little bit corny, but it's a very powerful exercise. If you have high positive expectations of your...
Even the white boy said it sounds a little bit corny. God damn.
Message.
Hey, that's what it's going to take, though. It's going to take you to shift out of that thug vibration mentality because you think you look cool and shit. Because you think you got to be hard and all of that stuff. Because you think you Mr. Tough Guy. Look, check this out.
Tough is an act. Everyone in the ghetto is acting. You have to. Nobody, but it doesn't mean they won't do what they got to do.
Right.
And they're usually doing what they have to do because they have to act tougher than the next person to survive. It becomes a vicious circle of egos battling each other.
Shout out to the pandemon. Yeah, so I mean, at the same time, at the end of the day, you can keep on putting that persona for people that don't give a fuck about you. Or you can run it up and turn your matrix upside down by doing the work, the corny work. Let's keep it rolling, baby.
You are not a human being. You are energy. The tiniest thing known to man is the atom. And at the center of it, it's nothing but energy. You are made of octillion atoms. So you are nothing but atoms. You are nothing but energy. Same thing with money. Same thing with your boss. Same thing with your ex. Everything is energy. If you want $1 million, this is a vibration. It's energy. Now all you have to do is match this vibration. You have to be in alignment with that. You need to be right here. You need to be right here. But guess what? Earth programs you to be over there. It constantly wants you to be down here. This is what hell is. You have to let go of the past. You have to let go of the negative energy and the negative thoughts and the shadows that are within you. You have to do that inner work because you will keep looping over and over and over with your ex over there. You commit to changing your mind and changing your habits. You will be in more alignment. You can decide how you're going to change your atoms. That is your God-given skill. That is your power as a human being. You are not a human.
Shout out to the goddess. Yeah, your subconscious mind is a powerhouse, family. It is literally the thing that's running the show. So in order to have light in your powerhouse, you have to put some electricity in it. And that's you speaking power to yourself, speaking courageously to yourself, and doing things that doesn't, fit the normal way that you've been moving before. Doing something different. See, that different energy is going to get you out of the robotic, systematic, programmed way of thinking that you've been moving in. So you got to put some electricity in your home. You got to direct energy, center point energy, whatever energy company y'all use, is going to have to run some energy through that thing and light your motherfucking Christmas tree up. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, here is the #1 way to manifest more money, more abundance, whatever it is that you want in your life. My name is Tammy Gomez. I'm a celebrity life coach and a manifesting mentor. I've been doing this work for over 30 years, helping thousands of people all over the world create their dream life. And now I want to help you. So how do you manifest or experience or attract more abundance, more money into your life? You have to get into the same frequency yourself, your vibe, as the money or the abundance. And the only way to do that is to raise your level of frequency and vibration by using gratitude. Gratitude is the number one highest level frequency that you can get. Having immense amount of gratitude for your life, for what you have, for what's to come, is the only way. It's the only way to attract more abundance and more financial freedom in your life. I do this every single morning using a gratitude journal. I write down 8 things that I'm grateful for, either currently or in advance, a mixture of both. I write down 3 I am statements to begin to reprogram my subconscious mind. And then I actually write thank you, thank you, thank you at the bottom. And I sign my name and I put a little smiley face and a heart next to it and I date it. And then I close the book.
Fire. Yeah, gratitude is going to get shit done. Gratitude is the aspect of you falling into the now, you being in the now state. And that now state is a powerful, powerful state to be in. You feel me? When we're talking about this aspect of fire, right, and passion, there's still some elements of your energy that you have to, feel to wake yourself up out of that comfortable state and move into the space of saying, you know what, I'm gonna get this. I'm grateful for where I'm at, but I want more, and I'm gonna turn up on more. You know what pissed me off about that hit movie again? And I just don't want. See, this is my thing. Look, you can make it a cult without showing the occult. You can make it a cult without showing the occult. So when niggas be thinking that they really, tapping in by them showing you the inverted pentagram, the masonry floor, the white and black, right? After I've been explaining what all of that is for the longest, me and others, Bobby, Panic, whoever, right? It's like we're spinning in circles, right? They're not even trying. Jordan Peele wasn't even trying to be creative in the aspect of like, you're like, man, let me just show these niggas some symbols, show them some devil shit, and we gonna run it. See, Ryan Coogler, at least he was like, all right, I'm gonna make this occult hidden information, right? But you're gonna have to be able to know what you're seeing, what you're looking at. That nigga Jordan Peele just said, nah, let me put the Baphomet statue here. Let me make a Baphomet a goat. Let me make an inverted pentagram. Let me make the powers that be a whole white group, right? Let me show you. I just can't. I don't get it. What y'all want me to say? Those are powerful symbols. White and black floor, checkerboard floor is polarity. Like and alike are the same. Black and white, going into the darkness to come out with light. The darkness, when you go into darkness, dark rooms, as you're going into the subconscious mind. Y'all want to look at it in the outwardly expression, which they're feeding you the egregor spirit of the conspiracy theory thing, instead of looking at it with the inwardly expression of saying, okay, what is it actually trying to help me with? All right, let me get hold on, let's get it.
Message.
Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. That nigga, Jordan Peele, is losing it. And he better hope I go see his next movie. Boy, that nigga got one more shot with me. See, that note was a miss. This him is a miss. I gave him the last 2. I even gave him that Candyman. I gave him that Candyman because it was good. I gave him the Us, and I gave him Them. I gave him that Candyman. But nope. And he got one more strike, baby. He got one more strike, and I'm putting him in that Spike Lee zone, baby.
Message.
Keep on playing with Dream. He's not going to show up. He got me with that Us. The first one, when he came out with that Us. Or what was it called? Us. What was the first one? It was called Us. What was the next one? It was called whatever it was called. Both of those were pretty good. First two he did. Then he, tried to pull off that damn Nope, which was absolutely a nope. And then this just takes the cake. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Get Out first. So the Get Out was good. Thank you, Queenie. Then the Us was cool, right? We smoked about, yeah, those both was cool to me. Then the damn Candyman was good, even though he just had to create his own. That was good to me. But this Nope and that goddamn and this him, yeah, that nigga. One more, nigga. One more. One more. Everybody, just get ready for Ryan Coogler and the X-Files. I'm telling you, Ryan Coogler and the X-Files. You feel me? Then, and shout out to Marlon. I don't want to shit out my guy. I already did it in the Patreon, but I swear, the whole movie, I'm sitting there, I was like, God damn. If this was Jonathan Majors in this role, this nigga would have killed that bitch.
Message.
I'm talking about he would have killed that whole, every scene. He would have had that whole, whatever, demonic look type of thing. Jonathan Majors would have killed it for sure, for sure. I forgot to mention, that's why I'm glad I posted it earlier. Y'all go check out my bro guy, brother Yosef. Yosef is doing an event this next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Dreamwise and D-Ray Wise will be there. So y'all pull up to the family. I think I linked it at the top. Pull up to Yosef's event. If y'all in Houston, Dallas, come pull up, come fuck with the guys. Austin, San Antonio, come fuck with the guys because we're going to have a good time. And, we're going to show love for real. And Yosef is going to bring that heat because he's been telling me what he's been about to talk about. And I'm like, nigga, you about to go there? Pull up because he's not recording it. So, hey, you just going to have to be in the building to get this information. And boy, oh boy, does he got something for your ass.
Message.
And, it's a beautiful thing to see, particular channels and downloads that come into the fold that's going to help the family. So, I'm excited about the build that he's about to bring. Pull up 10-4, even the date 10-4. You feel me? That's an alert, emergency. Hey, 10-4, roger that. You feel me? Checkmate, check. You feel me? So that's going to be a powerful date at the shrine of the Black Madonna. And I don't think you can get your tickets at the door, so you just need to pull up and be there, family, be there. Who's all coming? Who's all showing up? If y'all showing up, put a 1 in the chat, or just let me know that you showing up because we will be there like we are with all of Yosef's event. And then y'all just keep on looking out. We're going to make some noise soon enough. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more, family. Let's see what they talking about. One more. Shout out to the God.
Every event, every encounter, every delay, and every redirection is happening in perfect harmony with your highest good. Most people do not see this because they are too busy trying to control everything. They chase after what they believe they need, never realizing that their desperation is repelling it. They force things to happen before their time, only to find that what arrives too soon does not last. But you are different. You have learned the power of patience, the wisdom of trust, and the art of allowing. You move as if you already have everything you desire. And because you do not act from a place of neediness, life responds to you in kind. The things you once struggled to attain now seem to find their way to you effortlessly. The people you once tried to impress are now drawn to you naturally. The doors you once knocked on without answer now open without effort. You have become a master of divine timing because you have surrendered to it. You no longer resist the delays. knowing that every moment of waiting is a moment of preparation. You no longer mourn what has left, knowing that its departure has created space for something greater.
Shout out to the God. The universe doesn't respond to rushing, it responds to resonance. That's fly. Yeah, so, in this work, in this spiritual work, I want to, kind of reiterate again that if you're not even meditating every day, then it's going to be tough because, again, remember, you've been programmed 20, 30, 40 years of your life to think a certain way. So when you meditate, you're essentially going into the darkness when you close your eyes. It's basically like you're going to sleep, but you're in the state of, conscious awareness, right? So the point of meditation is to fall deeper and deeper into these states, the alpha state, the theta state, damn near, right? And this alpha state is going to open up a portal, a gateway to deeper recesses of what you're thinking. It's the same thing like a dream. You feel me? If you go far into your meditations, you'll be able to see further, right? Now, in the aspects of inputting in your meditation, so that's the what we call the outputting, like your mind telling you things that you need to hear, right? In the particular time of meditation. So your mind is always giving you plays. It's just you're so focused on the past and worried about the future. You're basically playing ping pong in your mind, right? That's all you're playing is ping pong in your mind. So you never find a channel to fall into a space of balance, whole, right? The harmony. So what he was saying just there was the resonance is important because that resonance is going to say, okay, this is who you want to reside in. This is who you want to be. This is who you're claiming in your mind's eye. This is what you have to do for me. Spirit is literally giving you step by step, play by play to make another move. You feel me? It's just up to you to be courageous, hey, Root, and make that move, right? Set, make that move. Physical move. It might be a physical move. See, when we're talking about the logical brain, the monkey brain, sometimes what happens is the thinking apparatus is fucking you up. And I'm going to do a video on the ego versus higher mind. The ego versus higher mind conversations, right? Because essentially what happens is we're thinking in a way of in a box. It's like constricted in a box. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's almost like the logical thing. What I'm saying is the higher mind tells you to do something that doesn't make any sense. That might be kind of off. Like, wait, what? You feel me? So you might say, I want to be a millionaire, right? And your higher mind says, all right, I need you to go to the gym. Hold on. Your higher mind might say, I need you to go to the gym. So you're thinking like, wait, what? No, I wanted to be a millionaire. Fuck that. How am I going to get money going to the gym? But the gym is actually building up a particular discipline for you to actually move into the space of putting millionaire set things into order. So now you built that discipline through see, it's not a logical thing. It's showing you your higher self is trying to map out the play that you need to become this millionaire. And you need particular energies inside of you to become this millionaire. It might say, all right, you might say, yeah, I want to be a millionaire. And it said, okay, well, I need you to do karaoke every night.
Message.
And you sitting there like, nah, that don't make any sense. Why would I go to this karaoke thing? I need you to go and do karaoke sober once a week. I'm like, wait, what? Karaoke for what? But what it's doing is it's saying like, nigga, I just need you to get comfortable on stage. So this is the first step. And then you're going to love the stage. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, damn, how can I get on the stage more? And now you're going to go to open mic nights, and now you're going to do your poetry in open mic nights. Now somebody's going to see you in the crowd and say, hey, I want her, or I want him.
Message.
So see, this is chaos, like giving y'all my story, right? I didn't know I was going to do YouTube. Nigga, look, let me tell you how I did Sunday service. 2 get to commodity, 2 then get to the supplements, 2 get to my freedom. Nigga, a goddamn bumper sticker said go for it, because I'm going back and forth in my mind saying, damn, because we had that Martin Kinney dude on, right? On the Sunday service. It was our first Sunday service. It wasn't even called Sunday service. I was just, saying, let's interview this nigga because this nigga talk about the world about to end or whatever. So cool. This was 2020, or I guess it was about to be 2020, 2019, 2018. Like, all right, let me interview this Martin Kinney dude. So it reached out to him. He said, yeah, come on with it. And me, Travis, Mook, D-Ray, we had a good time talking to another spiritualist and just picking his brain and all that other stuff. So much so that I say, you know what? Why don't we just do that every week? Fuck it. Why not? You feel me? And at first, resistance, Trav didn't really want to do it. Mook really wasn't trying to do it or whatever, right? Cool. So now I'm like, all right, fuck, damn. I don't want to really do this myself. I don't even like talking to people. I already know all this information. What the fuck? So Spirit wouldn't let me go to sleep. It's sitting there just having me up like, nigga, you're going to have to do this shit. And I'm like, damn, I knew I had to do it because Spirit doesn't make no shit up. But see that uncomfortable feeling? It was like, nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sure enough, fuck it. I'm driving. I'm like, damn, I don't want to do that shit. I looked over a bumper sticker and said, go for it. Fuck it. The next week I did that shit. I think the first person I called was my broke out Will. Then eventually Brother Yosef, Conjure Queen. That shit. I think one of them was even Pretty Boss. Hold on. You feel me? And then, yes, so now, boom, me and Yosef built a powerful relationship. Me and Will, Trav, right? Boom, Master Student Conference happens. You feel me? Boom. Oh, you know what I'm saying? This shit, the rabbit hole just keeps going. And the bigger gym is just me having a phone call with my broke out Kamani, and this nigga saying, I'm looking at this supplement video to understand this supplement game.
Message.
So now what is that? That's chaos, right? The potential energy that you have. You don't know how this thing is going to come. If I say, you know what, fuck that shit. Nigga, I probably would have still been at a job. Or Spirit would have had to ping pong me back to another way to make this thing happen. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Spirit, your higher mind is going to tell you things that might sound strange to you, that might sound uncomfortable to you. It might be some discomfort in it. But you're going to have to look within yourself and say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do that shit. Fuck it. I'm telling you, Spirit is giving y'all a play right now, and you just keep on putting it off because you just don't even want to look at it. You damn near not even listening to it. You damn near like just stomping that bitch out. I know, nigga. I was there. That's what I'm telling you. It's chaos, right? So you got to listen to that shit. That shit might be saying like, nigga, I just want you to write every day. You don't know how this thing gonna come. That's what I'm saying. But the action reaction thing is the problem. You feel me? Our attention span is fucked up. So the action reaction, we're thinking. See, the real aspect of what faith is actually just knowing that, okay, I know I'm gonna be this thing. You feel me? That's how you gotta have faith. See, look, wait, hold on. Because even in that trailer, this new trailer for this new movie, this new 28 Days Later Part 2, it says, what it say? Fear is the new faith. Fear is the new faith. Fear is the new faith. So that means you got to run to the fear, baby. You got to run to the fear. You seen them blonde hair, blue eyed people that they about to have in this new 28 years later? I said, oh, here they go. And I was trying to look for that video of, somebody send it to me if y'all find it. I was trying to look for that video of the blonde hair, blue eyed video back in the day, that cartoon. Remember that cartoon where they said, yeah, this is the supreme race. Black people are slaves. I said, oh shit. It's going down. Y'all remember that video back in the day, that cartoon, that old school cartoon? They had the blonde hair people out of space, and they were supposed to be like some Bible worshipers or something like that. And essentially, you know what I'm saying, they was like, them people over there, they're the evil ones. Get rid of them. Kill. I was like, damn, that's what that 28 years later, them white boys with the blonde hair is, that's what they are. This kind of fake Aryan race thing. I want the family to understand that to the core. So then, boom, it says fear is the new faith. Run to the fear, baby, with courage, with some fire, with some energy, with some love, with some inspiration, with some passion. It's going to hurt. It might feel uncomfortable, but then guess what? The miracle is going to happen. And that's what you want to understand to the core. The miracle is going to happen just by you being in motion.
Message.
Yes, sir, family. Motion Mondays, baby. Motion Mondays. We here. Until next time, tomorrow, Patreon family, I'm going to do something tomorrow. Probably going to go a little bit deeper into the fold of something dealing with this fire element a little bit deeper. So be on the lookout for that live, Patreon family, Tuesday. Remember on Tuesday. And then I want to do I looked at the bootleg version, right? Because I was going to do him tomorrow on the Patreon. So the only reason I could do him on the Patreon while showing the movies, because you know what I'm saying, it's not going to get copyrighted and they're not going to shut this thing down. So I can pull off particular things on the Patreon that I can't pull off on YouTube. So now, guess what, Patreon family? That means more and more, since they added that live feature, oh, happy day. So Tuesdays, I'm going to be on Patreon more, especially when we're decoding movies or anything like that. Hell, I might decode that 28 years later tomorrow and really run it up for real. So y'all stay on the lookout for that. I love and appreciate y'all, family. Love and appreciate y'all. Hell states of mind. Peace to the gods.